Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss timers of PIC 18F4550. As already we have discussed these timers in 8051, this PIC 18F4550 has max 4 to 5 timers. As we are going to study PIC 18F4550, which has 4 to 5 timers or 3 to 5 timers depending on the series of microcontroller that we are going to use for performing various practicals. So let us start our video discussing timers of PIC 18F4550. So all of you know that microcontroller works on crystal clock frequency, which uses quartz crystal for running the oscillator which is required for microcontroller. So these quartz crystals are used for giving oscillator input to microcontroller that can be stabilized by using capacitors to provide clock signal of 20 MHz, 40 MHz depending on the user needs, that can be operated at particular frequency as per the user requirement. So how does this timer works? Okay, as all of you know that timer in microcontrollers works in two ways. One is timing or timer for delay generation, and second one is counting the unknown clock signals which are fed to microcontroller. As we will talk about timers are used for measuring the events which are happening in between two time slots. Okay, that we can consider time A and time E, or interval A and interval B. In between, how many clock pulses are there, that can be counted up by timer. Timers are also used in delay generation. Okay, so delay is very important, and that loading the initial values for timer, that timer will count up that to maximum values. As all of you know that timers are 8-bit 16-bit wide, so 8-bit timer will count up to 256 bytes, and 16-bit timer will count up to 65,536 times. So these timers are used for delay generation, for measuring the events or time interval between two events, as well as we can generate interrupt for microcontroller by using timer overflow. Okay, so as we talk about counter is used for counting the inputs unknown input clock signals which are fed to one of the pin of clock input of microcontroller. So we can count these unknown pulses which are fed to microcontroller, that can be counted up and that can be stored in timer registers. Now every microcontroller has its own registers which are used for storing the values. So same way this PIC microcontroller has one 8-bit timer and three 16-bit timers which are used for storing the values or for delay generation for counting the unknown pulses. So both operations we can perform by using this timer counter mode of microcontroller. All of you can see this oscillator frequency. Now we are giving oscillator frequency of any value for microcontroller depending on the user needs. For 8051 we are giving 12 megahertz, and for PIC microcontroller this frequency varies. At different frequency we can operate microcontroller, PIC microcontroller series ICs. Okay, so we can operate it at 4 megahertz, 20 megahertz, 48 megahertz depending on the user need. So you can see these two diagrams. These two diagrams are used for showing the timer working. Okay, simply working is shown. You can see number A events and number B events. These two events we can consider. Okay, here we will start timer, and this timer will start counting up by incrementing the content of register timer register by 1 upon every clock signal. Upon every source edge or clock edge, this counter will count up by 1 or increment by 1, and it will reach to maximum value. Its maximum value depending on which bit timer mode we are going to use. 8-bit timer will count up to, or will have increment up to 256, and 16-bit counter will 16-bit timer will increment up to 65,536. So in between these two intervals, whatever time is measured, that can be calculated by time. Okay, so if we want to increase the measurement time, or if we want to increase the delay generation or delay time, then we should go for pre-scaling option. In PIC microcontroller, there is an option of dividing this oscillator frequency again by some values. Okay, so these option pre-scaling options are 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 1 to 8, 1 to 16, 1 to 32, up to 1 to 256. These options are available for pre-scaling. That means what? Your oscillator frequency will get first divided by 4, because one machine cycle has 4 clock signals, clock clock pulses. So again this frequency is divided by 256 for the maximum time, for the maximum time delay generation. So 1 by 4, that is 4 by 4, again it will get divided by 256 if we are going for 1 to 256 pre-scaling option. That means in terms of time we are going to multiply with this 256, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 kind of modes we can use for pre-scaling. So you can see here elapsed time is multiplied by this pre-scaling option, and measured time is multiplied with. So we are reducing the frequency of the oscillator internally for increasing the delay time. Okay, so these two options, I hope you will understand this. Okay, you got this particular diagram for timer and counters. Okay, so in case of PIC microcontroller 18F4550, 3 to 5 timers are available. Okay, so as we talk about 45550, then we have 4 timers. Okay, one is of 8 bit and remaining 3 are 16 bit. So what this timer 2 is used for CCP mode, that is compare capture and PWM mode of operation. This timer 2 is used for setting the values of these modes, and remaining 3 timers we can use for interrupt generation, delay generation, counting purpose. All these operations we can perform by using timer. Timer 0, timer 1, timer 3. You can see timer 0 can be operated in two modes, 8-bit mode, 16-bit mode. Timer 1 and 3 can be operated in 16-bit only. So clock source, that is the clock input which is used for timer 0 and timer 1, 2, 3, is FOC by 4, that is same clock frequency is used for this. And if we are going for pre-scaling option, this frequency again will get divided by that mode of pre-scaling. So if we are going for external clock input, then this particular pin is used for timer 0. T0 CKI, that is timer 0 clock input pin, is used for timer 0. And for timer 1 and timer 2, this timer 3 clock input and timer 1 oscillator input, these two pins are used for timer 1 and timer 3. So this clock scaling, that is pre-scaling options, are available for all these timers which are present inside the PIC18 microcontroller, PIC18F4550. Also, the main advantage is that on the overflow or on the rollover of timer, we can generate interrupt. So again, this is the one of the way to increase the delay time, okay, during programming. Okay, so by using pre-scaling we can increase the time. Along with this we can use interrupt signal for increasing the delay time. So on overflow of timer, this interrupt will happen, and interrupt microcontroller is interrupted and it will run subroutine, which again loads the initial values for timer, and that timer is started started in the interrupt or ISR subroutine. Okay, so this two, timer 0, 1 and 3, these are used for interrupt generation. In this session we will talk about only timer 0. Okay, and one program that we can discuss of interrupt generation, that is square wave generation by using interrupt. Okay, timer 0 interrupt, this particular practical or program we will discuss at the end. Okay, so same way this timer 2, as I told you, this timer 2 is related to CCP module that we will discuss while interfacing DC motor with this PIC microcontroller. In that session we will discuss about timer 2, which is used for CCP module. Next is timer 0 module, which has some features. Okay, so these are the features of timer 0. Okay, software selected operation as a timer or counter. We can select both modes of operation in 8-bit and 16-bit. So we can use timer as a timer, and second as a counter. Okay, so second feature is readable writable. These registers are readable and writable. We can write, we can read data from these registers. Dedicated 8-bit software programmable pre-scaling option is available. Clock source input is available. Age select, here source age select option is available. High to low, low to high. This can be selected by writing values in T0 con register as well as INT con registers. And interrupt, here we can generate interrupt of timer 0 overflow, timer 1 overflow, and timer 3 overflow. Okay, so interrupt we can generate for microcontroller by using timer overflow. Okay, so these are the diagrams for 8-bit mode and 16-bit mode of timer 1 and timer 0, timer 3. So here we will talk about timer 0. So these are the bits which are required to set while programming the timer 0. Okay, for programming time microcontroller by using timer 0. So these are timer 0 source age select, timer 0 clock source select. These are the pre-scaling option. 3 bits are given for selection of uh, pre-scaling options. So 8 options are available for pre-scaling. Okay, along with this PSA pre-scaling enable bit or assign bit is available for this timer 0. So we can select pre-scaling for programming the microcontroller. Okay, along with this, these are synchronized with the internal clocks. FOC by 4, this frequency is used, and if we are going for this pre-scaling option, then again this frequency is divided by that particular pre-scaling option. So these values are loaded in timer 0 lower byte register. If we are going for 16-bit, then these values are loaded into timer 0 higher byte register and timer 0 lower byte register. Okay, after loading the values in timer 0 higher byte and lower byte, we will wait for this particular flag, timer 0 flag, which is the enter flag, which is used for showing the condition of timer, whether it is overflown or not. Okay, whether timer has rollover or not, that can be checked by using this particular flag. Okay, whenever timer reaches to its maximum value, okay, or overflow takes place in timer 0, this particular flag is raised to 1 automatically by microcontroller itself. So this is software controlled. Okay, it is raised by the software. Okay, but when it is raised, user needs to clear it. Okay, so we have to write program instruction in the program to clear this particular flag when it is raised to 1 after overflow of timer 0. Okay, so this is 16-bit mode. Okay, same bits are used for this. Okay, so these are the registers which are used for controlling the timer 0 operation. T0 con register, timer 0 lower byte, timer 0 higher byte. Okay, interrupt control the register, interrupt control second register. Okay, these are the registers which are used for controlling the timer 0 operation. Okay, along with this, these are addresses for timer 0 resistors, timer 0 resistors, which are used for programming the timer 0 module. Okay, so FD5, these are the addresses of these special function resistors which are used for microcontroller. Okay, so this is timer 0 control register. You can see this is the 8-bit register which is used for controlling the operation of timer 0 in such as mode selection, 8-bit mode, 16-bit mode, clock source select, input clock source, external clock source, source edge select. We can go for this. In this we can go for high to low transition, low to high transition. Okay, and these are pre-scaling options. So one by one, bit by one, we will see what these bits are. So TMR 0 on this particular bit is used for enabling the timer or turning on the timer 0. Okay, when we write 1 to this, then we can turn on timer and we will wait for timer 0 interrupt flag, which belongs to INT-con register. In next bit, D6 bit, that is for 16-bit and 8-bit mode selection. If I write 1 to this particular bit, then timer 0 is configured as a 8-bit timer counter, and if I write 0, then this timer 0 is configured as a 16-bit timer counter. Okay, so in the next bit, for the next bit T0's clock source bit, here we will select transition on internal frequency. Okay, so this option we can use for timer 0 clock source select. Transition on T0 CKI pin, that is the input which is externally fed to this particular pin. And if I write 0 to this bit, then internal instruction cycle clock, that is used for running the timer. Okay, so this is the source edge select next bit, that is D4 bit. Okay, so increment on high to low transition and increment on low to high transition. This is the source edge select. So after every transition, okay, this timer 0 is incremented by 1. Okay, so if I set this bit to 1, then increment will happen on high to low transition. If I write 0, then increment will happen on low to high transition. Okay, so this particular bit which uses internal clock frequency or external clock frequency. Okay, so here T0 CKI is used, that it means what we are feeding external clock frequency and that we can select. Okay, generally we can write it 0 bit. Okay, 0 we can write for this. Okay, for this bit also CS clock source, here also we can write 0, here we will write 1. Okay, here we will write 0. Okay, so if we are going for 8 bit, then I will write 1. For 16 bit I will write 0. Okay, next are pre-scaling option assigned bit. PSA is written with 1 to disable pre-scaling option. If written with 0, then pre-scaling option is enabled. Okay, so these are the pre-scaling options. Three bits are given for this T0, PS0, PS1, PS2 pre-scaling option. So you can see 1:2 to 1:256. These 8 options are available for pre-scaling. Yeah, so you can choose for which pre-scaling option. We are going to increase the delay by using this pre-scaling option. I will show you calculation of this pre-scaling, okay, option with pre-scaling option. Okay, so this is the interrupt control register. This belongs to timer 0. Okay, and various bits are assigned for timer 0. Okay, the most important bits are these two, GIE and PEIE. This is global interrupt enable. This is peripheral interrupt enable. External peripheral interrupt enable bit. If these two bits are written value with 1, then only all the interrupts are enabled. Otherwise, no interrupt will be entertained by microcontroller. Okay, so these two bits are very important from programming point of view. Next is timer 0 I IE, that is timer 0 overflow enable bit. Okay, so if I write 1, then only timer 0 is overflow interrupt is enabled, otherwise it is disabled. Okay, so here you can see INT0 external interrupt input is given. Okay, this also can be enabled by writing 1. Okay, here this is given for port B. enabling the port B interrupt. If I write 1, then only port B interrupt or port B change interrupt is enabled, otherwise it is disabled. Timer 0 interrupt flag. This is raised automatically or through software, okay, by microcontroller itself when timer 0 overflows. Okay, overflow or rollover takes place for timer 0, then this flag is raised to 1. Okay, if it is 0, then timer 0 is not overflow. So we have to monitor while writing program for timer 0 this particular bit. Okay, so this is the flag which is used for external interrupt. Okay, so if external interrupt is applied to microcontroller, then this flag is raised to 1. Okay, and this is the flag which is used for port B interrupt. Okay, this is also this is also used to show the status of port B interrupt, okay, which is applied or not. That can be observed by observing monitoring this particular flag bit. For external interrupt, this flag bit should be monitored. Okay, next. Okay, so the main application of timer here we are going to discuss is delay generation. Okay, and after that interrupt generation. So what we have to do for delay generation, we have to write value for T0 con and INT0 register, INT con register. Okay, these two are used for selecting the timer 0. Okay, so if I'm going to use 16-bit mode, then I should write appropriate value for this T0 con in a first step. Okay, second step, if we are going for 16-bit mode, then I should write what higher byte and lower byte register of timer 0 with its initial count value. Okay, so from this value, timer will start incrementing upon every clock source input. Okay, high to low or low to high transition, and it will reach its maximum value. If 16-bit mode, then it will reach to 65,536. Okay, after initializing this timer 0, we need to turn on timer 0 on bit. This should be written in T0 con register for turning on the timer. Okay, so this bit should be enabled or by turn on by writing one logical one signal or logical one value to this particular register on this particular bit. next next here we will monitor in the next step this timer 0 interrupt flag. Whenever timer 0 interrupt flag raised to 1 by microcontroller, that means what timer 0 has overflow. Okay, so this should be monitored in to next step. After that I will stop the timer and I will clear this particular flag. So to repeat the same procedure, to repeat the same steps which are we have discussed from first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so this should be repeated for generating continuous delay in programming. Okay? So you have to clear timer 0 interrupt flag before going to this particular second step. Okay? So these are the steps for delay generation by using timer 0. Next, here we can generate the interrupt signal. Now what happens whenever timer 0 overflows? First steps are same. Whenever timer 0 overflows, okay, ISR is called. Okay, microcontroller will go to interrupt service routine. Okay, whenever timer 0 interrupt flag is enabled. Okay, so we need to enable two bits mainly: timer 0 interrupt overflow interrupt flag and timer 0 overflow interrupt bit and global interrupt bit. These two bits should be enabled and we should monitor timer 0 interrupt flag. So upon overflow, this microcontroller will generate interrupt signal and it will process ISR, which is written at this particular location. It is a high priority vector location for interrupt 0018H. Okay, here microcontroller will be directed, and here program which is written for delay generation again, that will be executed, okay, by microcontroller. Okay, so we are doubling, we are multiplying, or we are maximizing the delay generation by using interrupt service routine or timer zero interrupt enabling. Okay, so this you can see very simple calculation that already we have done for 8051. Okay, with without prescaling and with prescaling, these two options are available in PIC microcontroller. Okay, so simple calculation here, you need to calculate that how much maximum delay we can generate by using pre-scaling option and without pre-scaling option. Okay, so here what we do, we divide our frequency by 4, because one machine cycle is having 4 clock cycles. So 20 megahertz is divided by 4, it becomes 5 megahertz, and that is divided again for calculating time period. So it comes zero point 0.2 microseconds, and in without pre-scaling option we are calculating this period by doing this calculation. We are going to subtract our calculated value from 65,536, okay, to calculate the maximum delay that we can generate without pre-scaling. So 13.10 millisecond delay we can generate. This is the maximum delay we can generate without pre-scaling. And in pre-scaling or with pre-scaling, maximum delay we can generate is around 3.36 seconds. So this is what maximum delay we can generate with pre-scaling option. Okay, by selecting pre-scaling option. Okay, so these calculations already we have done. Okay, you can find out, we can do the calculation with without pre-scaling and with pre-scaling option. Okay, so we will go for next option. Here this is the circuit diagram for generating the square wave on port B. RB0 is used as a square wave generation pin, okay, on which we are going to have square wave of 10 hertz, okay, by using timer zero interrupt. Okay, so we will see the program later in the next session. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram. You can see PIC18F4550 is connected with the clock input. Crystal is connected of 20 megahertz to pin RA5 and OSC1, that is the clock input. And to run this oscillator, okay, we are using stabilizing capacitor of 33 picofarad. And this is the minimum connection diagram. Reset circuit should be connected to reset the microcontroller during program execution. So MCLR is the master clear reset pin, okay, which is active low pin, and active low input should be applied to reset the microcontroller. So you can see push button switch is grounded, and here we are applying 5 volt signal. So default signal for microcontroller is 5 volt. Upon reset, microcontroller gets active low signal, that is this pin is grounded. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram for PIC18F4550 to generate square wave by using timer int. Okay, so here is the calculation of timer values for 10 hertz frequency, that is the output frequency, generated frequency is 10 hertz, that is square wave. And this calculation you have to do for finding out the timer values which are to be loaded inside the timer 0 lower byte and timer 0 higher byte. You can see these calculations you have to do. These are the values that should be loaded into timer 0 higher byte and timer 0 lower byte register, 16-bit mode of timer 0. Okay, so this is the algorithm. You can first in first step we are going to configure this RB0 as a output pin, because we are sending signal, that is square wave, on this particular pin. So this pin should be configured as output by writing 0 as the initial value to make it as a output pin. Okay, and then we will load timer 0 control register with this value for selecting 16-bit mode clock source input FOC by 4 and pre-scaling option 1:8. So this is the value which is calculated for timer 0 control resistor. After that we will load this 85 and double EH in timer 0 higher byte and timer 0 lower byte respectively. Okay, these are the initial values for timer, and from these initial value timer will start incrementing upon every clock signal by 1, and it will reach to maximum its maximum value, that is FFH. So after writing this initialized values for timer 0 higher byte, timer 0 lower byte, T0 con resistor, okay, we will enable timer 0 interrupt and global interrupt bits using INT con resistor. Okay, this should be enabled by writing logic 1 value to these particular bits. Otherwise, microcontroller will not entertain any interrupt, okay, in the program. Okay, so to enable timer 0 interrupt, we should write logic 1 value to timer 0 interrupt bit and global interrupt bit in INT con resistor. Okay. In next step, we will turn on timer by writing this logical 1 signal or logical 1 value to timer 0 on bit. Okay, in T0 con resistor. And then we will wait for timer 0 interrupt flag. As soon as timer 0 is overflown or rollover takes place for timer 0, interrupt is generated, and that will direct microcontroller to this particular location, interrupt service routine vector location 0018H location, where we are generating square wave on port B0 pin. Okay, so here we will write instruction for toggling, that is we will send active high active low signal to generate square wave with duty cycle of 50%, that we have calculated. Okay, and in the interrupt service routine we will clear this timer 0 flag to go for next round. Again, since ISR will load initial values 85H and EEH in timer 0 lower byte register. 85 is loaded into timer 0 higher byte register, and EEH will be loaded into timer 0 lower byte register. Okay. In this way we can perform this practical. We can generate square wave of any frequency by doing this calculation. Okay. So I hope all of you got this particular timer 0 operation along with square wave generation by using timer 0 interrupt. Okay. Overflow interrupt. Thank you.